It's it's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. First video, we're going to go over the rewind and kind of set you up for the rest of the day today. We're jumping into skill 22, which we kind of started with Desmos yesterday. It's a skill called two-way frequency tables, and two-way frequency tables have a lot to do with percentages, right? So today we're going to be looking at percentages. Before we get there, let's take a look at our rewind from yesterday, right? Looking at average change. Basically just a way to see how things change over time. If we look at this problem, it asks for the years between 2014 and 2017. That means there's a bunch of stuff in this table that we don't really care about for this problem. Okay, if we want to find the average change, we find the change between each one of these years that we do care about. Right, the ticket prices went up $9.56 from 2014 to 2015. That was the year that we drafted Russell Wilson and we started getting good. And then it goes up 380 and 360 each one of those years. If we want to find the change, great, we're done, right? We found the change for each one of those years. But average change asks us to take those values and basically just find the mean, right? Add them together, divide by how many. You end up with 5.66333333. So basically what that's saying is that on average, between 2014 and 2017, tickets went up about $5.65 each year. Okay, average change, hopefully that one is familiar. This one over here goes all the way back to pre-algebra, right? What percent of days in the week start with a T? Percents are just a way for us to look at part of something, right? It's we can look at part of something with fractions, we can look at it with decimals, we can look at it with percents, and all three of those different ways to look at part of something, they're all connected, right? So basically, from this problem, the way I would do it is I would think, yo, how many days start with a T? We've got two, Tuesday and Thursday, out of a total of 7 days, right? I started this problem with a fraction, right? And that's one of the ways we can show part of a number. And I can easily convert that to a decimal or to a percent, okay? The easiest way to get to a percent, because that's what the question is asking for, is to just do what the fraction tells you to do. 2 divided by 7 gives you 0.29. When I round, right, it's 2.285, I think, right? And when I round, it's 0.29. And then percent deals with parts out of 100. And this is 29 hundredths, or 29 out of 100, or 29%. Okay, there's a lot of different ways to think about how to get from here to here, right? 29 hundredths gives you your value as a percent, right? It's out of 100 cents in a dollar, 100 years in a century, and this is already in hundredths, so we just write it and as part of 100. The other way we can think of that is if you move your decimal point 2 spots over, from in front of the 2 over 2 spots, we get 29. That's another way you can think, and you can remember how to go from a decimal to a percent. So the answer is 29% of days start with a T. As I mentioned at the top of this video, we are going to be dealing a lot with percents, especially this week, but also next week when we actually get into two-way frequency tables. And the reason, kind of where we're going, I wanted to start with that. We're going towards problems that deal with these weird things called two-way frequency tables, where if you want to pause the video and read through this, you can do that. But the idea here is that we can find percentages from these weird tables that give you totals, okay? So this one interviewed 170 kids and found out which ones have summer jobs and which ones are in which age brackets, and then gave us totals on the sides. We can do a lot of percentage calculations from this, but we need to get there first, okay? So at this point, like I said, we are focusing today and tomorrow all on percentages. So in your boat book, I need to see this written in, okay? I need a new entry in your table of contents. I need a new page. We're on skill 22, two-way frequency tables. On the left-hand side, I need percent, okay? And then on the right-hand side, percent is, let's see, it's a way to look at of something. 100. Okay, like I said in the last little stretch of this video, right? Cent, 100 cents in a dollar, 100 years in a century. So a per cent is just a part out of 100, right? You know what it means when when the battery on your cell phone hits 20%, right? There's not a lot of battery left. 100% is full, right? So those values in there carry a lot of meaning, and it's a good way to compare things. Okay, percents can also be written as fractions out of 100, okay, or as decimals. Okay, you think of this as a decimal, it's point whatever our percent is. I'm gonna stop this video here, but I'll check in with you guys again in a second.